Welcome to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. My name is Ray. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure to follow us on Facebook at Comedy Food Truck and Instagram at Comedy Food Truck, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now it's podcasting time.
You knob.
Yes.
You're listening to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. We talk life, food, relationships, and have fun with all of it. And now here's your host, comedian John Hill.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. I'm your host, John Hill. I'm just mesmerized by images that are in our studio.
Mm-hmm. Mesmerized.
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 Mesmerized. Man, I'm excited for the show because Easter's this weekend and it's kind of a cool time of year. So I just wanted to say that. It's not because of the candy, but anyhow. What are we waving people through? Okay, that's fine.
Take it out?
Whatever.
Okay, love you.
Okay, cool. Hope he can drive, dude. I think I parked in his way.
He's getting it right.
Good, better yet.
Okay,
I
good.
should have parked right in the middle.
Oh, look.
Wow.
An angel got its wings.
Yeah. There's a ferry somewhere around. So on the show, as always, let's get some introductions and out of the way, as if people are super, interested in knowing who's on the show. But there are 4 voices you'll hear over the next several.
Yeah.
Hello.
Not including the hello.
Deca minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't do barbershops.
We got to work on that.
Yeah, I don't do barbershops. But anyway, Jared's on the show. Jared, our tech genius, tech wizardry.
Yes, sir.
He's the Gandalf of our podcast.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. I just know that Scott's the Hobbit.
What sound they make?
I don't even know. That's more like a centaur. That's not. Wow. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Wow.
Scott on his honeymoon. And that's the first day of marriage.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
What's going on, Scott? Scott?
How you doing?
I noticed that picture in the background that the audience can't see. Seems to be of a young tyke who's at least attempting to catch a football with
yeah.
a helmet on and everything. Did you
Got the
play
helmet
football,
on,
right?
Rob.
When you were younger, you played football?
Yeah.
Like with pads and everything, tackle like for high school, or did you just play
No.
like Pop Warner, Pee Wee?
That was probably, I don't know, around Christmas time. I got a football for Christmas and a helmet.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks like they gave you Alabama.
Only because you can kind of see like back up. Well, where is it? Here. There's some garland right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And over here,
tiny
there's some
violin over there. What's that?
garland over here.
Scott was the only guy to play Pee Wee football when he was 40.
Looks like he's playing it.
Right.
And
Right.
he still got benched. He still got
Right.
benched.
That was my famous thing. I played in garden tackle.
Wow.
I guarded the end of the bench and I tackled anybody that got near it.
Did you dominate?
Dominate.
To this day, the only joke Scott wrote out of his comedy career. What's the mini violin in the back? That's interesting.
It's the world's smallest violin.
I think that
Yeah.
was like a decanter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a decanter.
Decanter.
Like a whiskey decanter.
I think they. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
both of those are.
Scotch decanter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
like
that's
a
cool,
little-
man. And is that a metronome to the right? What is that? I'm just kidding.
It's a bong.
Goes with the decanter. Hey,
I
here,
don't know what
kid,
that
go
is.
play
I
with this
can't tell.
football while we get high and drunk.
Grandma's
Probably the
ashes.
same.
It's grandma's ash. You leave grandma's ash alone.
And the record player.
Oh, it's
And the
oh
record.
yeah, okay.
And the record player.
Oh,
The
the
hi-fi.
record.
That is
Yeah,
nice.
it is
Look
a
at
high
that,
five.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Speakers and everything.
That was always the sound before the
Yeah.
music or whatever starts.
Yeah. You did that pretty well.
Well, Ray's pretty good at sound effects. And Ray is on the show. So
Yeah, he
hello,
is,
Ray.
Yes. Hello, John.
are
Unlike
you?
Scott, I just got a helmet for Christmas.
Right. You just got the helmet.
No ball, football.
No football.
No
Just
ball.
the helmet.
Just here, put this on, kid.
Here, this is just preventive
Yeah,
maintenance.
just put this on, kid. We're tired of fixing the wall.
Preemptive strike.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we're excited you're here, and because of Easter, I just had a couple like kind of interesting facts and different things that I might throw out, maybe a few dad jokes. And what are you doing, Jared?
I'm good. We're good.
You're like leaning heavily.
Because I
in.
didn't have my glasses on. I refused.
Oh, It's like you just like your mouth opened up and then you just leaned in toward your computer screen. I'm like, what are you
squinting.
doing?
Why is it so small?
Why? What's going on?
Can you make the text bigger?
So I can read it.
So I don't know what I don't know what families. Let me start with this and then we'll go on.
Okay.
Is there a do you, any of you have a Easter tradition that you either did as a kid or that you do now besides going to church, which I know all of us do?
Color eggs.
Yeah.
Color eggs.
Okay, so coloring the smell of the vinegar and it's like
Gets to you.
I'm guessing they don't probably still need the vinegar. I mean,
Whatever.
have they figured out a better way to
Remember,
give you the dye?
Remember,
Yeah.
just the smell of it was just. First of all, hard-boiled eggs smell.
Mm-hmm.
They don't actually, not until you open them.
Well, yeah, but just the cooking and then you dip them in the.
I think
Are
it
you
was
with me, Scott? Were you into it? Because I was not into it.
No,
man.
I think it was the vinegar. The smells you're describing came
Yeah.
from the vinegar
It was
because you
just-
would
Yeah.
dump it in vinegar.
I can't do vinegar.
The best part was eating them afterwards because
Right.
then even the egg inside would be like a weird
it's
color
colored.
of blue or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it's like, should I be eating this?
Yeah.
This egg is blue.
Yeah, like a Scotch egg.
Yeah, I was good. I was like, nope.
Okay, colored eggs. All right. Any other traditions?
My mom used to do a treasure hunt for the Easter basket. So
Oh.
we wake up and there'd
Only
be a-
one, and everybody had to compete for it, or
No, it was yeah.
Welcome to the main event.
it's our Lord of the Flies tradition.
yeah,
We're gonna
in
see
honor,
who we
in
kill.
honor of the crucifixion, it was to the death.
Throws,
So,
a bunch
yeah.
throws out a pile of weapons and just
Yeah.
turns us loose.
One of you gets a basket, the rest of you get
Yep.
thrown on a cross.
The rest of them go in
Yeah.
front of Pilate and he washes his hands. It's a whole thing.
Dad plays
Yeah.
Pilate, and he's like, "I really loved you for the 12 years you were around."
Wow.
But yeah, we'd wake up, there'd be a little note on the dining room table, and then we'd follow it from there, and then our basket would be at the end of the trail if we figured out the clues.
So were all the
I was good
was
at
it
it, so
one
of
basket
course.
everybody shared, or
No,
did
it
everybody
was
have a
each
basket?
of our own baskets.
And did they all were they all in the same place? So
Interesting.
everybody got a different note and had different clues.
Yeah.
She did this 4 times?
No, by that time, I mean, we're so far apart in age. So there's really 2 eras in this house: is my older brother and older sister, and then me and my younger sister.
Got it.
So,
Got it.
I mean, there was some
So
crossover there with my older sister, but
So she could repeat. She could be like, "Yeah, I used this back, and
Yeah.
now we'll use it with these guys."
she's 7 years older than me, so it was,
Wow.
yeah, quite a bit. She was
Okay.
kind of out of that mode
Yeah.
by the time we were in it. So.
Right.
Did you find your Easter basket like out on Foothill?
Yeah, usually
Out
in the middle of traffic.
2 blocks
Yep.
away. Yeah.
Middle of traffic.
Yeah.
Following the clues. Where's
Yep.
Jared? I don't know. He went outside. Hasn't been back.
Hilarious.
I think he misread the clues.
Yep.
What about Ray? Did you have any traditions growing up?
John, you're with me on this one.
No, I'm not.
This-
Don't say
this
that
tradition.
one. We've already said this in years past.
We have in years
It
past.
annoys me every
That's
year.
the only one. Yep.
That's how I remember.
Yep. So the hiding of the money,
So silly.
and it is epic. It is ridiculous.
Something that they did watch. I think it was fun probably when people were kids,
But it is, yeah.
but now they still
It's-
do it as adults.
Yes. There's two traditions.
It's not even big money.
There's two traditions. There's the hiding of the money, and then there's the family photo.
Okay.
The family photo.
The family photo
That's
is just
crazy.
it is an event. I mean, it's
It's a bit of an event.
yeah. I can't even. Yeah, and John's there with me. I got in
It's
trouble.
the timing of it. It's not the
It is
idea
the
of
timing.
a family
Yes,
photo.
John
it's
is
the
right.
idea.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the
I
timing.
got in so much trouble one year. This is back when you still used film. So you couldn't take a digital picture and check it. You had to take the picture and then go get it developed. So we're all lined up for the family photo, and my aunt set the timer and she jumped in the picture, and I hid behind John. I stepped behind John and left a hole where I was standing in it was like 20 of us.
That's funny.
Stepped
my
behind
gosh.
John, and the camera goes click, and I stepped back out. And then my aunt goes back to take another one, and I stepped back again. It was so bad. Where's Ray? Where's Ray? I can't see Ray. Why is Ray not in the picture? John even was like, "You are going to be killed." So, anyways, those are the two traditions. But yeah, the money one. I mean, to a point to where there's a lemon tree in the backyard. Somebody takes a razor blade and makes an incision in the lemon, rolls up a dollar bill,
$1 bill. Yeah.
4 quarters, $1, rolls it up and sticks it in the little incision in the lemon and closes it back. So this bill is hid inside of a lemon.
So there's probably still dollars in the lemon tree.
They're
back
probably
there.
still they're gonna cut a lemon off there and go make lemonade, and they're gonna go to juice it. Oh, look, I found $1. But yeah, that kind of stuff. So
a
when
bit
I
tedious.
saw that they were hidden like that, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
fight. They don't
I'll be
ever.
inside.
I don't think anybody ever. Well, they always have a few easy ones, but mostly there's ones that nobody has ever really
Yeah.
find. So then they start doing that hot and cold
Hot and
thing.
cold, yep. And it
insane.
gets physical and yeah, people go to the hospital.
big fun.
Yeah, there's
Big
bandages.
fun for them.
Yeah, grass stains and everything
Big
else.
fun
I mean,
for all
it's-
the kids and the women.
Yeah.
yeah.
So this should be clear for the audience. This is your wife's family tradition.
It is a
correct?
tradition we married into.
Yeah.
It ain't mine.
John,
You're right.
I'm sorry.
If we're hiding money, it's gonna be 20s and 50s. It's not gonna be $1.
Make it worth it. Yeah.
So
I'll be
has
out there
the,
scrapping for
money has the money increased at all over the years, or
No.
is it still that?
that. No,
That's the thing.
it's not a lot.
It's nothing.
And
No
did I hear
inflation.
you say? Did I hear you say that it was still for adults? So like you go after it, John goes after it.
No, we don't. I
John-
don't. I've
John
never
and I-
hardly ever participated.
John and I go outside and find a place to sit down and watch them go after it.
Yeah.
I see.
That's how we participate. Yeah.
I couldn't see John doing that. I could see him like walking over there, but I could hear somebody saying cold, colder,
Yeah.
warm,
Nah.
and he's like going this way and going this way and just throwing his hands up, going, "I'm done. I'm out."
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
kind
don't
of where
even
we're at.
try. The
Yeah.
worst part is when I just sit down somewhere. They're like, John's the closest. I'm not even trying.
Yeah. John gets up and moves.
I'm just trying to be. Yeah, and then they all come flooding
Yeah,
at you.
because
and
then you
it-
get attacked. You get mobbed.
And then they follow you because they think, is it on your person? No, I don't have any money on me. There's no
Wait a minute. No, somebody hid some money in my
Nobody
on me,
roofied
and
me
I
and
didn't.
then cut an incision into my back of my ear.
Keistered
There's no
it.
money here. There's no money. There's no prison wallet here. I'm sorry.
Got a rubber glove balloon stuck
Yeah,
up in
yeah,
the
exactly.
with a buck in it.
Right.
$50 bill.
No,
up
I'm
there.
sorry. I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
tackle them and pin them down.
Yeah.
Nothing here. Never mind.
No, quick. Take a deep breath. See if something, pops out.
Jump on his stomach and
Right.
pop right out.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see John getting so annoyed with that kind of stuff if kids were over there. He's like,
Right.
"Leave me alone. Get away
There's-
from me. I
there's
don't
been-
got
Beat
it."
it, kid.
There's been a few tough conversations on the way home with my wife. 'Cause she wasn't happy with my disposition. Well, so as crazy as that might be, there's a couple, like, I just looked this up, so it's not a big deal. Google it. It's easy. Dated April 15th, 2022. The world's 10 craziest Easter traditions.
Okay.
All right.
So the first one's in Australia, where basically, you know how you get like chocolate bunnies and eggs and things? They make a chocolate bilby in Australia, which is a bilby I didn't even know.
What is a bilby?
Well, it's described as a small rabbit-sized marsupial.
Okay.
And in Australia, they are endangered species. They have a dwindling population. So it says Aussies can scoff at will, knowing that every bite they take is helping to save an endangered species.
Whatever it
Jeez,
is,
'cause they get
whatever
these
this
chocolate-
thing is, it can kill you. Because in Australia, all the
yeah?
animals can kill. This is where the devil keeps his pets.
It's hard for me to imagine a dangerous
I'm just
bunny, though.
saying,
Yeah.
No, I'm
It's
just
a
saying.
billy.
Everything in Australia can kill you.
Yeah, well, especially the Barbie. In France, they do the world's biggest Easter omelet.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's an omelet.
they crack an omelet. Yeah. They crack more than 4,500 eggs
Oh.
into a gigantic pan for a massive omelet that serves over 1,000 people.
4,500
Yep.
eggs.
Each family breaks the eggs in their homes in the morning, and then they gather in the main square where the eggs are cooked for lunch.
Big 5-gallon bucket of egg. Here's
Yeah.
mine.
Wait, it says they're
Dump it
cooked
in.
for lunch and dinner and breakfast the next morning.
Oh my
Because there's
god.
that much omelet. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but reheating eggs ain't my thing.
No.
I like scrambled eggs you can reheat pretty good. But
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
a
I
little
don't-
salt-
an
little salt
omelet-
kinda saves them,
I do
yeah.
that with, I food prep now with omelets and scrambled eggs.
Okay.
And, I take them to work and then I heat them up and they're fine.
Do you undercook them a little bit or just
No, I don't really. I mean, I don't overcook them, but I mean,
Right.
I don't purposely undercook them. But yeah.
When we were in the Boy
cooked in-
Scouts, we used to pre-prep omelets. We take a Tupperware
okay.
container and crack some eggs in it and dice up some ham and all the
yeah.
vegetables and just leave it like that. Throw it in the ice chest, and then the next
Yeah.
morning you just dump it in the pan. It's like instant omelet.
Yeah, it's ready to go. I was at an
Yeah.
event once where they had put them in Ziploc bags, all
Yep.
the omelet stuff, but then they had boiling water. And you put the bag into the
Oh,
water.
and it cooks it
and
in the
cooks it in the
bag.
bag. And then
Brilliant.
you have to-
Sous vide?
Yeah, you could eat it. Yeah, sous vide. And then
Yeah.
you eat it either out of the bag or you kind of dump it.
It's like space food.
Yeah. So in Hungary,
Hungary?
Hungary.
it says
Hungary.
this is where it gets weird. Some of these
I know him.
These nations around,
Brothers, his
right?
brother with Hugh Johnson.
Yeah.
Hugh Johnson. Sorry.
What you say is brother.
Hugh.
What'd you say his brother
Nothing.
is?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
You can't say that on the day Jesus resurrected. This is Jesus last week. You talking about his brother.
It should be stricken from the record.
Wait a minute. Offline. I'm sorry, but his brother has a what?
Wow.
Get ready, bro.
Sorry. Just derailed the train. Just derailed the
And I thought
train.
this would be funny. Anyway, wow. Not to listen. All applause goes to Hugh Johnson. But in Hungary, women dress up in traditional clothes on Easter Sunday and get splashed with water. Or sometimes even have a bucket of water chucked over them. Uncomfortable, yes, but it certainly beats getting the Czechs Easter tradition, which I will read later.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
basically in Hungary, if you're a woman and you leave the house dressed up for Easter, people will just throw water
Chucks
on
water
you.
at you.
Water
Dudes
on
will
you.
just run around throwing water on you. In Finland, Halloween comes early to Finland as children dress up as witches and wander the
What?
streets with broomsticks on a hunt for treats.
Wow.
But this is at Easter. The tradition is said to have come from the belief that witches would fly to Germany and cavort with Satan.
Cavort.
Cavort. Bonfires are meant to scare them away. This is Finland. I'm telling you, those sort of what's the word? Nordic. Those sort
Yeah.
of Nordic regions and areas, and also the Slavic stuff.
Cavort?
They're into some interesting stuff. This is one of my favorites in Papua New Guinea. It says chocolate isn't much use in the steamy jungles of Papua New Guinea. So Easter trees at the front of churches are decorated with sticks of tobacco and cigarettes instead, right out front of the church. Then it says these are handed out after the church service. So after church, you go,
Yeah.
yeah, here's a cigarette. Happy Easter.
Yeah.
Jesus risen. He's risen indeed. It's like, come on, man.
He's risen indeed.
It was the goes off that old story where Jesus turned the chocolate bunnies into smokes.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At the wedding,
Right,
right?
Right. Yeah.
Blessed are the beautiful.
Sorry. Anyway.
He is risen.
Yeah, that's how he's got the speaker right. Anyway.
Wow.
Surely today you will be with me in paradise.
That's terrible. That's horrible. This is another one. I can't even believe this. In the Philippines, some devout Catholics have taken to the practice of self-crucifixion and
Oh, yeah.
self-flagellation
Yes.
on Easter.
Yes.
Did you
I've
say
heard of
flatulation?
Flagellation.
It's a crucifying fart.
I mean, because really, flatulation should not need the word self in front of it.
We get a fart for
Because
someone
we have to
else.
distinguish between someone else's flatulation and your own. It says
Oh, man.
their thinking is
Excuse
that
me,
it helps.
Jared. Can I fart for you?
Right. Their thinking is that it helps purify them and cleanse them of their sins in the
Wow.
world.
Sure.
The Roman Catholic Church is not keen on the idea and has been
Right.
actively trying to discourage this practice without much success. Crazy.
Oh, discouraged. Wow.
Yeah.
No sense of humor.
Right.
Philistines.
So in Greece, they color or decorate eggs just like we do, but it says in Greece you will find only red eggs. Red is the color of life, you see, as well as a representation of the blood of Christ. So bloody Christ eggs. From ancient times, the egg has been a symbol of the renewal of life. And the wait, what? Oh, okay. Thought it meant the blood. Anyway, and the message of the red egg is victory over death. Interesting.
The red egg.
Bloody
Right.
Christ eggs.
The egg has risen.
The risen indeed. Easter time is crime time in Norway. Television channels
Purge.
can run crime shows, and a slew of new detective novels are commissioned to come out just before Easter. People across the country escape into their mountain cabins and spend the weekend with the whodunit television shows or books. Even, this is so great, the milk cartons carry short detective stories on their side during their season.
The story
Our
of
man
a,
Scott is a son of a milkman who is also a detective.
the story. Yeah. That guy, wow.
I just thought, wow,
Wait
Scott,
a minute.
I think you should do one of those 23andMe things because you might have some Norwegian in you. It says the phenomena was triggered by the immense popularity of a crime novel in 1923 that was set, I guess, in the area or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Of all the milk trucks in this town, she had to walk into mine.
Right. As bad as Australia was for making their chocolate tiny bunny marsupials, in New Zealand, while the rest of the world hunts for Easter eggs hidden around the house, the good folk of Otago, which is in New Zealand, grab their guns for their annual Great Easter Bunny Hunt.
Yeah.
There's a rabbit.
The idea is to rid farmlands of invasive pests with over 500 hunters vying for the coveted trophy and the $3,500 New Zealand dollar prize money. With over 10,000 rabbits meeting their maker each year, the Easter Bunny sensibly gives the corner of New Zealand a miss.
Wow.
Wow.
Or gives this corner, sorry.
That's
so this
crazy.
is the part. This is last. Whip cracking in the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Remember we talked about the women who get dressed up and then they. So if you're a woman and you find yourself in the Czech Republic or Slovakia on Easter Monday, it is perhaps best to stay indoors. Local men and boys roam the streets with gaily decorated willow switches, usually adorned with ribbons, looking for girls to lightly whip. The whipping is not intended to be painful, but instead is meant to encourage good health and beauty. You may feel otherwise, and if this is seen as quite controversial now. Yeah, I would think so.
Out there whipping him into shape.
Yes.
You think?
Slovaks running around. Let me
the
whip you.
Czechs.
I will whip you.
I got a switch.
Better check yourself.
Oh, man. Before you wreck yourself. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so that's that. We got a few minutes left. Here's some quirky spring festivals in the United States. In Colorado, these aren't necessarily Easter, but they're during the spring. Colorado, they have frozen dead guy days.
Wow.
There's a festival.
That's just the homeless population, isn't it?
You know, they basically stemming from an actual frozen dead guy. The celebration consists of lots of creepy yet lighthearted costumes, a list of music acts in toasty warm tents, and downright kooky activities. Coffin races.
Oh.
That's all we need to say. Yeah, coffin races consist of a group of people carrying a brave passenger in a wooden contraption.
Where's this
I
at?
picture Cool Runnings with a
Colorado.
coffin.
Colorado, man. That's we're going there.
These are in our country. In Wyoming,
This happens in our
in
country.
Wyoming, once the winter thaws, they have an elk fest. It's not that bad, but all right. In Colorado, also, there's a tulip fairy and elf festival.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
That's why there's the dead guy thing, because there's those guys. In Maryland, they have a mac and cheese festival in Baltimore.
We're going there.
Wow.
We're going there.
I know,
Thinking
right?
about the coffin races.
I know. Oh, in Ohio. What's that?
Dig up a coffin, you go Uncle Bobsledding.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Uncle Bob sledding. Wow.
You got to put him back.
Yeah. You gotta. Yeah.
You take him into the field, you'll be coughing up daisies.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Coffin.
Coffin.
Wow.
Wow. That's really good.
Or tulips.
Tulips. Doesn't everybody have two lips?
That was Hungarian
That's kinda-
Hugh Johnson.
Hey, brother, got a Hugh Johnson.
We have a teacher at one of the schools. That's his name.
Just
Hugh
okay.
Johnson?
There was, yeah, it is actually
Oh my
Hugh
God.
Johnson.
But,
yeah.
you know.
And I saw a computer the other day in one of the storage rooms. It said H. Johnson on it. I was like, I am such a junior hire.
So I'm trying to understand this. There's a duct tape festival in Ohio.
I'm in.
I'm down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
What happens?
something as useful as tape with the strength of steel deserves its own party, and Ohio gave it one. In June, fans pour into Veterans Memorial Park to spectate and participate in tape-infused fashion shows and crafts. A massive
big
community field parade of glorious, colorful floats composed of, yes, tape is front and center. As with any festival, you'll find delicious food and entertainment along with the official duck mascot. Even though, isn't it duct tape?
It's duct. Yeah.
But they're calling it duct tape. But anyway,
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, there's this whole craft industry now where you can get these different color duct tapes.
Sure.
And you can make stuff. People make
Got
handbags
it.
and jewelry
Okay.
and clothing. And
well,
all
that must
kind
be
of
what
stuff.
they're talking about. But here's the
I'm
thing.
one of the few people that actually uses duct tape on duct.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
so you know.
exactly. But
what its intended purpose was.
So when you go to Hawaii, Ray, if you plan it right, which I can't see when it is, but it's in the spring.
Pipilini?
No, you can go to, if you go to Waikiki, you can go to the Spam Jam.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is yeah, they consume more spam than any state, obviously.
Yes, it's big in
So
Hawaii.
they have a big celebration. Restaurants jump in to roll out the genuinely delicious spam creations. Some Hawaiian culture and entertainment is intertwined for the fun.
Spam's huge in Hawaii, man.
Yeah. Don't forget, you can buy some seriously awesome spam gear while there, from T-shirts to slippers. Pretty awesome.
I just
right?
like that yellow kind of slimy gelatin stuff you can get out of it.
That's funny.
Slurp it up.
In Arkansas, they do
You can stop right there.
They do a pickle fest. It's been happening since 1945.
Hide the pickle.
It's a huge event centers around the marinated cucumber. People love competing in pickle juice drinking and pickle eating contests. A pageant is even held to name Mr. Dill Pickle and Miss Sweet Pickle.
Pickle pigeon.
Wow. That's funny.
Miss Sweet Pickle.
Miss Sweet Pickle, Mr. Dill Pickle.
Mr. Dill.
South Carolina has a World Grits Festival. They even have a whole blow up jacuzzi pool thing filled with grits. The kids go diving into. That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Georgia,
Wow.
you probably heard, has a peach festival. That's
Grit
not really
wrestling.
that different. I know, right? And then in Alaska, wait, we're not done yet. There's two. In Alaska, there's Barrow, not Barrel,
Like
but
whale barrel. Mm-hmm.
Whaling Festival, also known as Nalukatak, which is probably an American Indian way of saying, or Native American, I mean.
Native American way of saying.
The event takes place after whale hunting in the spring as a way to show thanks for a bountiful season. Towns in the area, they have their individual celebrations, food and dancing. The most bizarre celebration is the one where seal skins are used to toss daring human beings high into the air.
Oh,
That's what a seal died for. All right.
Yep.
And then finally in Georgia, I'm not even going to read it, but I just think it's funny. They have a fire ant festival,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I'll
Just let
read
them
some of it.
crawl all over you.
Ashburn,
Wow.
Georgia. It says rides, art shows, character appearances, okay, including a friendly fire ant. And let's not forget the pet parade, featuring beloved animals, pups, pigs, all that. So anyway, fair food we love. Tantalizing barbecue cook-off, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, there you go.
No actual fire ants are invited to the party. So anyhow. And then finally, we only have a few minutes, but I wanted to read a
We
couple.
keep having a few minutes.
I know. Well, it's, we're right where I want to end, but there's some jokes I thought you might want.
Yeah, we do.
This one's easy. What do rabbits say before they pray? Oh, shoot. What do rabbits say before they eat?
Well,
Let us pray. I blew it. I know. What did the Easter egg ask for at the hair salon?
A dye job.
Yep, a new dye job. Why don't rabbits get hot in the summer?
Oh.
They have hair conditioning. Terrible.
that's terrible.
Why can't a rabbit's nose be 12 inches long?
Why?
Because then it would be a foot. Stupid. One more. Why did the bunnies go on strike?
Why?
Because they wanted better celery. I know. Okay, one more. No, that's not this one. One more. Let me think. No, we already used that. What do you get if you cross a frog with a rabbit? A bunny ribbit. And then I will close with this. The best Easter joke, church joke that I've ever heard. You guys probably know it, but maybe our audience doesn't. It's been around almost as long as Jesus and the cross have been. But anyway, 3 stupid guys just died and are at the pearly gates of heaven. St. Peter tells them that they can enter the gates if they can answer one simple question. St. Peter asks, what is Easter? The first guy says, oh, that's easy. It's the holiday in November when everybody gets together, eats turkey, and is thankful. Wrong, replied St. Peter, and proceeds to ask the second man the same question, what is Easter? Second man replies, no, Easter is the holiday in December when we put up a nice tree, exchange presents, and celebrate the birth of Jesus. St. Peter looks at the second man and shakes his head in disgust. Then he looks at the third man and says, I don't suppose you know what Easter is. The third man looks at Peter in the eye. I know what Easter is. Easter is the Christian holiday that coincides with the Jewish celebration of Passover. Jesus and his disciples were eating at the Last Supper, and he was later deceived and turned over to the Romans by one of his disciples. The Romans took him to be crucified and stabbed him in the side, made him wear a crown of thorns, and he was hung on a cross. He was buried in a nearby cave that was sealed by a large boulder, and Peter gets excited. And then the guy continues. And every year the boulders moved aside so that Jesus come out. And if he sees a shadow, there'll be 6 more weeks of winter. Happy Easter, everybody.
Wow. It was
Little blasphemy to end the show.
going so well.
Wow.
A little blasphemy to end the show. But
man.
anyway,
All right.
seriously, most of you, well, many of you, maybe. I don't even know. I can't even guess. Some of our listeners probably go to church every week. Some don't. If you don't, make sure you go on Easter. Even if you do, obviously, because you'll probably be there anyway, but make sure you go on Easter. And if you go to church regularly, keep this in mind. Most people that don't go to church, when they're asked why they don't, they say, because no one I know has ever invited me. So don't become someone's no. Make sure if you are a regular church attender, go ask family, friends, whoever, to come with you to church on Easter. I know they hear this every year and they probably go with you, but let them hear the gospel. Let them make their own decision. Let them answer. And I would love to see you bring as many as possible to your Easter weekend service. And if you don't have a church, then hit us up in the feed and we'll help you find a good church in your area. And that's it. That's it. Go from my stupid stuff to something serious. And we appreciate the audience. Thank you guys. Have a great, happy Easter this weekend. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.